welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. It feels weird. I don't have anything going on. What's up, everybody? Let's talk some Bucks. Let's talk some football. Football, man. Super Bowl's almost here. What's up, MK? MH? Oh, you think Winfield might get poached? Man, I'll tell you what. I'm worried about Mike Evans. I'm worried about Mike Evans, too. I think Carolina's going to try to get him. Molly brought that up in our chat. Last chat we had, and it's just been on my mind ever since. We already lost Idzik, our wide receivers coach. We kind of knew he was probably going to go, though, but he's going to be their offensive coordinator. He's not going to call plays, apparently. That's what the sources say. Hey, I'm doing good, MK. How you doing, man? How you doing? How's work going? How's life treating you, brother? Yeah, this is gonna be a rough off season. We're gonna be sweating it. We're gonna be sweating it. We don't even have a good draft pick. MK, man, we could do it. We could get that kicker. I think we should go for a long snapper. Second round, first round long snapper. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about him, MH. I don't get it. So far, here's who we've interviewed so far. Jared Johnson, Houston Texans quarterbacks coach. Alex Van Pelt, former Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator. He was with Mayfield. Matter of fact, I think he's the only offensive coordinator that Mayfield has had for more than one season. What's up, Molly? Okay, Antoine Randall L., Detroit Lions wide receivers coach. Tanner Engstrand, Detroit Lions pass game coordinator. He's actually scheduled. We haven't interviewed him yet. Brian Johnson, former Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator, and also scheduled Thursday is Jake Peets, Rams passing game coordinator. So we've got quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach, pass game coordinator, offensive coordinator, and passing game coordinator. We have two passing game coordinators. No. I'm not thrilled about any of them. I don't know who I would be thrilled about. But Arthur Smith, somebody brought him up, and I was like, it'd be pretty cool. But MK wants Byron Leftwich back. He's available, man. He can go to the local Walmart. He's there checking receipts, so I heard. Alex Van Pelt was with the Bucks before. Did not know that. I might have known that, but didn't ring a bell. Man, I tell you, I am not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I am so angry at Canales. You know, like everybody said, you know, he wasn't the best offensive coordinator for sure. But I talked that guy up. I was like, you know, he's great media guy, you know, does great press conferences, which he does. You know, and he seems like a really good person and blah, blah, blah. And then to backstab the Buccaneers like that, and now he's poaching us. I'm going to be furious if he takes any of our players, if he gets any of them. You know, it just seems like Andy went to a division rival. I'm angry at him. I want to see him crash and burn. I'm going to be rooting for that guy to just have a nervous breakdown. I'm spiteful like that. He is a clown, man. You angry at Bowles for letting him go? Canales is going to be officially introduced as head coach at a press conference Thursday. So 2 days away. I'm going to plan to go up there and cause a disturbance. No, I'm not. The sources say that Canales is going to call plays, which is very strange. I think that is just, the guy, I think he's in above his head. We'll see. But then to call plays on top of it? He's only called plays for one season. And now he's going to be a head coach and call plays? Man, I tell you, that place hopefully is going to be a dumpster fire. But you know what I'm irrationally angry about? Donovan Smith. Can't believe he's going to Super Bowl. That leads me into what I'm irrationally angry about. Is the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl again? I wanted to see Baltimore win. I thought they were going to. I didn't think Kansas City was going to win. And then Baltimore just shot themselves in the foot again, as usual. And then Kansas City going to the Super Bowl. As soon as it was over, I was angry. You could ask Molly for that whole night. And part of the next day, I can't believe the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. I don't like them. That's what I've come to the conclusion. I just don't like them. And then there was the whole Taylor Swift stuff. What is that? I mean, it makes you think, there is some PR marketing. It was just too perfect. And then she runs out there and kisses him on the field, and everybody's taking pictures. And it was on the front page of all the news media, the sports media and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on here? It's just weird. It's just weird. I mean, does he do that? Does he go to her concerts and run up on stage and kiss her? I don't know. I mean, he doesn't. I actually looked into it. He blew a kiss at her at a Buenos Aires concert in Argentina. What's up, Joe? But he's not going up on stage with her. This is weird. Yeah, it's crazy that he just cut and run the first chance he got, Molly. I mean, talk about no loyalty whatsoever. But I get it. But at the same time, I don't like you for doing it. I do too, MK. I want him to get ground into dust. I liked him. I can't stand him now. It makes me angry. I don't like to be angry. Yeah, the Ravens-Lions would have been better. The Ravens-49ers would have been better. I don't know. I am rooting so hard for the 49ers to just curb stomp the Chiefs. Kind of like what we did. Just I didn't realize how much I disliked them. I used to, you know what it is? It was that Patrick Mahomes. I used to like Patrick Mahomes as a person. And then when he had his hissy fit and they had to hold him back from attacking the refs or whatever he was going to do over a penalty that was legitimately the Chiefs, did it foul. And then, all this Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift stuff, and how everybody, it was like when I was watching that playoff game, the broadcasters couldn't stop kissing the Chiefs' butts the whole time. So I was just sick of it. I was just like, I don't like, and then they won. I was like, I just didn't like it. I didn't realize I didn't like them until then. And I was like, ugh, don't want to watch the Chiefs no more. I'm sick of them. Molly said it. Now I know how it feels with people that hated Tom Brady. So yeah, I guess so. He'll never beat Brady. There's no way. I mean, although he's starting off pretty strong. What's up, Beast? I hope he gets fired by week 6 too, Beast. I can't stand him now. I don't know what it is. I'm just angry. I'm angry at him. I'm angry at the Chiefs. I'm angry at the football world. Oh, man. I do. I'm very, very angry with Canales. He stabbed us in the back. Now he's poaching our team. Took another coach. I'm worried, and Molly said this, that he's going to go after Mike Evans. And that makes so much sense because they don't have any weapons over there. None at all. And they could throw a boatload of money at Mike Evans. More than we can, probably. Joe, that'll be so hilarious if Taylor Swift lifts the Super Bowl trophy if they win. But at the same time, it'll be so disgusting. Kelsey Swift is a turnoff. Yeah, I know. But the ratings came out, and this was the most watched playoffs in history. Last year was the most watched Super Bowl, and they're expecting this one to beat that one. Bowles let it happen. Yeah, what's up, Lucas? Yeah, he didn't seem like he put up much of a fight, though, did he? The Swift Football League. We're going to spank the Panthers 63-0. We better. I mean, if Bowles doesn't know everything about Canales in order to just destroy his... If we get beat by Canales, we should just get a new head coach. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying, man. I mean, I don't want to go back to calling for the coach to be fired, man. I did it once, left a bad taste in my mouth. But, I feel like we could be so much better. And it's not like Dave Canales was a great offensive coordinator. He wasn't. In fact, y'all sat here and watched me complain about his play calling and stuff like that. But I think he's got the potential to be really good. And I feel betrayed, man. What's up, Craig? Happy Tuesday, man. We're all in here complaining. I'm angry at Canales. I'm angry that the Chiefs won and is going to the Super Bowl. I'm angry at Taylor Swift for just sucking up the NFL sunshine. Todd don't know offense. So what's up, Clack? So somebody said this the other day. I don't know who it was in chat, but they said this is why you do not have a defensive head coach. Because as soon as your offense does good, they're going to hire your offensive coordinator, and then you're stuck in the same cycle all the time. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So it's almost like you have to hire an offensive coach who's going to call plays. So that way your team doesn't get poached every 2 years or year. I don't know, man. 22nd defense. Were we that high? Is that like overall defense, or is that yards per game or points per game? What's up, Frank? Taylor Swift's going to perform in the post-game show if the Chiefs win. Yeah, we were saying she's going to lift up the trophy. Canales has a better team and cap at this point. I was looking at their salary cap, but right now, I don't know. You can look at these salary caps, and some team will have a bunch, but they got to re-sign a bunch of players, so they don't really have a bunch. I don't know what the Panthers salary cap looks like myself. Yeah, we could easily beat them, Beast. I think so. But will we? You know how that goes. I'm just in a bad mood right now. Y'all make me happy. Cheer me up, man. Mike Evans can go to any team he wants outside the division. I really want him to stay here. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be a tough offseason. Craig's poking me with a stick. He's like, fireballs. Yeah, if Evans goes, he better go to the AFC. But, man, Molly pointed out, he's got a good relationship with Canales, and they need weapons. Like I said, I don't know what their cap situation is. I don't know how much money they can throw at him, but I bet you they can. Canales took our wide receivers coach, Brad Idzik. It's the same guy he brought over, though. And he's going to be their offensive coordinator, but he's probably not going to call plays, according to sources. Canales is going to continue to call plays, which is very weird to me. Oh, I know. Just pop some beers and turn on the grill. I am starving right now, too. So this is going to be a relatively quick live stream. I got to eat. Molly's cooking up some pot roast. I can smell it. It's delicious. And I've got 2 beers left, Beast. And they're both like brandy wine beers or something. I don't know. Some relatives brought them and left them in the refrigerator. I forgot to get beer this weekend. Trade Godwin instead. I'd be cool with that, man. Don't know if that would help us with the salary cap. Then. Fireballs. Look, we're a week away out of the season. Everybody's ready to fire. What's up, Rampage? You ain't allowed to nap, man. Come on. We're over here getting angry. We're wanting to fire bowls, wanting to curb stomp Canales. We're ready to throw our TV out with Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Swifties. I know. That's what Molly said. She said, "Are you going to live stream tonight?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Let me guess. You're only going to stay on for an hour?" 3 hours later, I'm like, "Oh, man, I got to get off here." So what y'all think about the playoffs? Playoffs? Kansas City Swifties beat the Ravens 17-10. Oh, I was so angry about that. I was irrationally angry. And I don't even like the Ravens that much. But I didn't realize how much I disliked the Chiefs. It's so weird, man. I don't know if I've ever disliked a team this bad. That's not true. I have disliked the Panthers and the Saints for a long time. Especially the Saints. But I don't know, man. I was angry after they won. I don't like anybody on that team now. I used to like Patrick Mahomes as a person. And that kept me, I think, from disliking their team. But ever since he threw that temper tantrum about that play call, I don't like it. It seems way too staged. I mean, you know, the whole Taylor Swift stuff and everything. I don't know. Don't like it. I like Dave Moore. Yes, beast. But somebody was talking about Dave Moore going to Panthers as well. Oh, Detroit blowing that lead. Oh, my gosh. I was amazed at how they were just beating the mess out of the 49ers. That first drive, I was like, what? Was it 3-4 plays and they were like running plays? And just shoved it down their throat. I was like, oh, this is going to be a blowout. And I think Dan Campbell just got too weird, man. He wanted to make a point or something. He made some dumb mistakes in that second half. Just dumb. It was a 4th and 3. They were in field goal range, and he went for it, didn't get it. I was like, why are you going for it on 4th down in field goal range? And then there was they were tied it up, and they got down there, and instead of calling a pass play with like a minute left or whatever, they ran it and didn't get it. And he had to call a timeout. That was so dumb. So dumb. And then they shouldn't have even been in that situation because he should have kicked a field goal as soon as they got in field goal range because you were going to have to get the onside kick and then score a touchdown anyhow. So I think Dan Campbell, his inexperience really showed, or his nervousness anyhow. And then the referee in that Kansas City Ravens game was horrible too. But what is it with the Ravens? It so reminds me of Tony Dungy. It's like you can dominate defensively, tough football team all year, and then you get in the playoffs and you just fall apart. Peter Scott, what's going on, man? I can't follow the whole salary situation, not till it gets closer, man. Every time I look, I'm just like, brrr. You talking about Andy Reid? Yeah, same. I like Andy Reid. It's more of I feel bad for him because he's had 2 sons die and stuff. Oh, Scott. He changed his name. What's up, Gotti? Scott? That's funny. So you wanted to keep Mike, tag Winfield, trade Godwin if needed. What are we going to do? We're going to take Wirf's 5th-year option and then sign him to an extension later. Oh, man, I know, Clack. I don't understand what Campbell was thinking. I mean, I don't know. It's the playoffs. So they played a great game against us. Very, very conservative. Very conservative. And then they go up against the 49ers and they were just destroying them in that first half. and then came out in the second half and just shot themselves in the foot over and over and over. And it was mainly Dan Campbell. It was weird. You don't like any of the defensive players, Rampage? All right, get a list going. And if you can't shoot it to me, and on our next live stream, we'll probably do, well, I don't know. Yeah, next live stream, we'll start talking about the draft. I'll do some scouting on these guys. So send me who you got. I'm also going to get an email list going with you guys, so in case anything happens, we can still hang out. You know, like if the YouTube channel gets banned or something, whatever. I don't want to lose you friends. Right, yeah, Joe, the playoffs are a different beast. You can't do that regular season crap in playoffs, man. Right. Yeah, Campbell and Bowles, totally opposite ends of the spectrum. Totally. I'm still mad at Bowles for not calling that timeout and then acting like it was no big deal. He was like, we already knew the game was over. He's like, no, we didn't. I've watched football for 50 years. I've seen this happen every week. Every week. There's a team that does crazy stuff and ends up winning. Like that whole Ravens team just seemed out of sync, out of whack. There's something about the Ravens that when they get in the playoffs, they just don't know how to ramp it up or something. Oh, I got to write all that down? Rampage? Can I copy and paste that? Hey, Kate. What's up? I was thinking about you. I was doing research on whether Travis Kelce had ever gone on stage and kissed Taylor Swift. And no, he has not. But he did blow her a kiss in Buenos Aires, Argentina, at one of her concerts. It looked so staged, though. It was like the camera turned around and panned to him, and he was like, it was weird. Okay, let me see if I can copy and paste these guys. Copy. No. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. I'm going to write these down. Yeah, I got it. I did it. So May, Dylan Law, Jonathan Brooks, Neighbors. We have a Gomer Pyle. Leggett, Alt, Fuaga, Beebe, and Jackson Powers Johnson. He's a quarterback, right? Since I'm here. Whee! That's my face. Okay. How's life treating you, Kate? You moved into your new place? You got the lease, right? Right, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's season is over. God, I was so angry when he threw that interception. I'm like, of all people, why let him get the ball? Antoine Randall for offensive coordinator. Yeah. So far, here's the list of guys the Bucs have interviewed so far. Jarrett Johnson, Houston Texans quarterbacks coach. Alex Van Pelt, former Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator. He was a coordinator with Baker Mayfield at Cleveland, and he's the only coordinator, I'm pretty sure about this, only coordinator that Baker Mayfield has worked for more than a year, or worked with. We're scheduled to have Tanner Engstrom, the Detroit Lions pass game coordinator. Antoine Randall, Detroit Lions wide receivers coach. We've interviewed him. Brian Johnson, former Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator. We've interviewed him. I don't particularly like him as an option. Scheduled Thursday is Jake Peets, Rams passing game coordinator. And Tanner Engstrom, the Lions passing game coordinator, is scheduled too, but I don't know which day. Probably Thursday. Yeah, we kind of knew Brad was going to go with Canales. I was surprised he got the offensive coordinator job, though. Clint Kubiak, that'd be good. That's one to look into. I know, right? Right, Clack? Their offensive coordinator stays. Our offensive coordinator heads the first chance he gets to our division. What a jerk, man. I am so mad at him. I just, the more I think about it, the angrier I get. I need to stop thinking about it. Craig said if Bowles was a general in World War II, we would all be speaking German now. That's hilarious. It wasn't great having her down. How come, Kate? We just traffic. You don't like Arthur Smith, Kate? I was kind of rooting for Arthur Smith to be our offensive coordinator. Oh, he went to the Steelers. He's the offensive coordinator. Ain't that something? Did not know that. Man. I'm falling behind on chat. Who is Jackson Powers Johnson? Well, if he's not a quarterback, who is it? I've heard of him. I think people said him in chat too. JPJ, PJ. Oh. Kate says, I don't own it, but I know I live here. That's awesome. Dante Culpepper, Joe Milton. Is that a good thing? Must be. You like him on the list. What site are you looking at, Scott? I usually use Spot Rack, but it's hard to figure out, because there's so many different ways you can look at it, like their yearly salary, their dead cap space. It's hard to figure out exactly what the numbers mean. Oh, nice, Rampage. Cool. In September? That's hot in September, man. Molly's going to be mad at you. She was like, let's go later in the year. Oh, yeah. Baker Mayfield and Tristan Wirfs are going to the Pro Bowl because Dak Prescott and Trent Williams have bowed out. Mike Evans has bowed out as well due to injury. I think it's due to I don't want to get injured because I got a big contract coming up. What's up, Black Crow? They've won and done Canales. I know. Dude, we've been sitting. I am so mad at Dave Canales. So mad at him. I just don't like him. I don't like him. Backstabber. We're going to beat him 63-zip every time we play him. Yeah. He used us like a side hug. It does feel that way, man. I pointed a middle finger at him. I was angry. I get angrier the more I think about it, which I guess is fun. It makes it good. We're going to have a good rivalry with the Panthers. Oh, Taylor Swift did all the ads, the tourists, the traffic. Yeah, it's weird with the cult of personality surrounding her. I don't get it. But she's like 35 now. It's like, she's a pop singer. Come on, man. Oh, he's a center. Maybe that's what everybody was saying. We need him because we need a center. Yeah, I hope he fails in Carolina too, Black. I mean, he seemed like the kind of, he talked about how grateful he was to Todd Bowles and the organization. He was talking about that all year long. And he was, it was like talking about his faith and loyalty, Then he just went and kicked us in the groin. Oh, that's what our graduation is? Okay. Let's do it. Jensen's still trying to rehab? That would be awesome. But who knows if he could play, really? I mean, he played, what, 1 game in 2 years? Yeah, Spot Rack is what I'd normally use. It's got so much information, and you can sort it in so many different ways, and I get confused sometimes. Baker should go instead of Dak because he's a better quarterback. Probably true. Yeah, we should have read the Dave Canales book. So B-Monk, what's up? So we could see that he's a backstabbing infidel. Is that what you call somebody that cheats on their wife? An infidel? We'll save $11 million if we release Gage. Wow. I guess he's gone. He's one of those people who talks about those kind of things too much, Yeah. That's when you got to look at him side eye. Yeah. People always like to appear the exact opposite of who they really are. I did like Canales as a person, but man, I think, he did us dirty. Yeah, I don't plan on counting on Jensen either, but it'd be nice, especially if he came back like better. He got those. What are they called? The baby cells. Anyhow, he got that stuff shot into his leg, his knee. It'd be awesome if he came back bigger, better, and stronger. Baker could be the Panthers' bridge quarterback. I thought about that as well. They bring Baker Mayfield in, but he don't want to do that. He's not. I don't think Baker Mayfield would go for that. But if they offered him, $45 million a year, guaranteed for the next 2 years, he'd take that in a heartbeat, I bet. I liked Gardner Minshew this year. What really impressed me with him, and I didn't know it before, was his play action is really, really good. Because we normally don't fall for that a whole lot. But when we played the Colts, he was getting us all the time with it. He was getting Levante David. Levante David doesn't fall for it usually. But I like Gardner Minshew. I always liked Gardner Minshew. We could get an outstanding interior offensive lineman at 26. Let's do it, man. We need something in the middle. I was watching something. Can't remember what it was. But it was one of the local Buccaneers media, and they were talking about how we have a budding stud at right guard in Cody Mock. And I was like, y'all didn't watch him play last year, did you? He was bad. Here's the hoping he gets better, though. I'm definitely down for getting an outstanding interior offensive lineman, though. Outstanding interior offensive lineman. That reminds me of that Crocodile song. What was it? Crocodile song. Interior. Okay. Let me see if I can find this real quick. It's on my brain now. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Yeah. Interior. How did it go? Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. I used to love that. Okay. Yeah, Panthers are a coaching graveyard. I mean, anything can happen, but I think he made a big mistake. Stem cells. Yes, stem cells. Baker's our bridge quarterback now. Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole Baker Mayfield stuff, but he's all right. I like his attitude and his toughness and all that. Sometimes his play is just, well, he cost us the game in the playoffs, throwing that interception. It was a bad choice. But I like Baker Mayfield. If I had to rate him, though, like on just like play, B-, C+. We could release Carlton Davis for $6 million in savings. Man, Scott, I'm down with that. Gardner Minshew plays pickleball with older women during the off season. No way. Are you serious? I don't know how much it costs to get rid of Ryan Jensen. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Yeah. I actually didn't know that came from a song. It's called Interior Crocodile Alligator by King Chip. I'm going to have to listen to the whole song. I had a friend of mine, we used to walk around and say that all the time. That's a good point, Joe. Canales' interview with the Panthers was before our last game. I wonder where his heart was in the play calling. If he had any inkling he was going to Carolina, I'm a big believer in the subconscious. If he thought he was going to Carolina and Carolina is a division rival, he's probably subconsciously thinking, I can't let the Buccaneers get any better. Cody Mott got beat by a linebacker. He didn't just get beat. He got bulldozed. He got embarrassed. Oh, it'll cost us $11 million to cut Jensen. We aren't cutting Jensen. Kate knows the crocodile song. That's cool. You must be a 4chaner too, huh? You ain't never heard of that, Rampage? Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Huh. 2 years for $90 million. That's what Cousins wants. What? You might go. Somebody's gonna pay him that too. Hey, Mr. Robinson, what's up, brother? What'd you think of those games this weekend? Oh, Mama says alligators are angry because they all have all them teeth and no toothbrush. That's funny. That's a good question, MH. I mean, what are we going to do? We have no offensive coordinator. Our quarterback is up in the air contract-wise. Our best wide receiver is up in the air contract-wise. We don't know what we're got with our offensive linemen. I mean, we got to do something in the middle there. I mean, man, what do you do first? Do you re-sign a quarterback first, or re-sign Mike, or do you get the offensive coordinator first and then figure out what you're going to do? I don't know, man. This is going to be a weird offseason. I had no idea that he lives in a van and plays pickleball with older women. That's weird. That's almost like some Kellen Winslow Jr. stuff right there. It kind of makes me look at him side-eyed now. What are you doing, man? He knows what's good in life. So he's just like chillaxing. $45 million a year for Cousins is crazy, I think. What quarterback's getting the most money? Is it Mahomes? Swifty? Okay, I want to go to the NFL. Positional spending. Is that what I'm looking for? Top salaries. How about that? Leaderboard. Oh, no, it's Deshaun Watson. $64 million. Okay, his base salary was $46 million. Patrick Mahomes' contract value is $450 million. That's $500 million. I remember when that happened. Lamar Jackson was about the same. Lamar Jackson's is all guaranteed. Or Deshaun Watson, I mean. Yeah, gosh. Alvin Kamara's cap hit coming up is $18.8 million. Oof. That's a tough one there. Deshaun Watson's cap hit is $64 million in 2024. Woo! Dang. My homeboy makes 50-ish per year. Trying to find him here. Oh, here it is. Okay, contract term, 10 years, $450 million. So that's an average of $45 million a year. What? $141.5 million guaranteed. Eesh. I guess it's worth it to him, though, man. I mean, he's bringing in Super Bowl. He's got a cap hit of $57 million in 2024. Whoa, man. I hope they crash and burn in the Super Bowl. I want to see the 49ers just bleed them dry. So the market is $40 million a year now for a starting quarterback. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I guess if the market is $40 million a year for a starting caliber quarterback, $45 million a year ain't bad. Man, that's a lot of money. How much of that? What is the salary cap now? 218 million, is that right? What's it going to be next year? Tracker. Okay, $242.5 million next year. Good grief, it's going up quick every year. Okay, so at $45 million, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1/5 of the team. There's 53 guys on that team. And one guy is taking up 1/5. That is insane, man. Deshaun's worth every penny. Yeah, Saints are going to crash and burn eventually with their salary cap. I don't know how they've done it. And every year, they're shifting things back. Yeah, Kamara definitely has fallen off ever since he got suspended, right? Or hurt, whatever it was. They pay Jameson seafood. It's crab legs. All free crab legs buffet for Jameis. I'm surprised he hasn't been cut by the Saints already. I thought they would have cut him that night. You can't have that mess. But then again, look at the Green Bay Packers. They just suspended that guy one game. Make himself captain and go out there and almost ruin the game. They got to eventually pay, right, Rampage? I mean, you can't kick it down the road forever. Yeah, $246 million. That's the salary cap for next year. Well, most quarter. Let me see what the average quarterback salary is about $12 million. But most quarterbacks aren't average, right? We're looking at starting caliber quarterbacks. So if you look at the Chiefs, Cardinals are still paying out the butt for they're paying $50 million a year for their guy. That was the dumbest contract ever. The Rams are paying $50 million. Giants are paying $50 million. Saints are paying $50 million. So it gets down to in the 30s. Detroit Lions, the Ravens, Raiders, Vikings, Seahawks, Bengals. So you could say $30 million and up. I think. Because I don't see anybody except maybe Gardner Minshew and Baker Mayfield and Brock Purdy, of course, who are getting way below that value, that are decent quarterbacks. I agree with you, Kate, 100%. 100%. It's just too quarterback-centric. And then they make all these rules that really hurt the game. You know, trying to protect the quarterback and make the offense more dynamic, all this stuff. And then look at all the quarterbacks that got hurt this year. It's like these rules ain't, it's kind of like, when it's like driving cars fast or dangerously. I mean, you can make a rule to say don't go over 55 miles an hour or whatever, but that ain't going to stop people. You're still going to do it. You got to make the car safer. That's what we need to focus on, equipment, not rules. Just makes everything worse. I know. David, all the New Orleans fans absolutely love Jameis. They would rather have him than Dennis Allen. The team as a whole made a decision. They're keeping Jameis. Oh my gosh. So y'all made me feel better already, man. Okay. Yeah, Murray got that deal, last year, wasn't it? MH? Let's see. All right. Kyler Murray. He's not a very good quarterback. So when did he sign this deal? It doesn't say. Oh, it was in 2022. According to this site, I thought it was last year. He got $103 million guaranteed. Man, I tell you what, Carolina Cardinals are a bad managed team, man. What's up, Tino's? I know, right? We're just going to pull a name out of a bag, make sure it's the most obscure name. But look what happened. We should advertise it this way. Yes. You want to be a head coach next year? Come be the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. We are a good stepping stone. Breaking news. Saints are printing money. That's funny. They need to change their name to the New Orleans Federal Reserve. Tino's, you want a running back in the draft. Everybody, we got so many places we need to fill. And depending on how the offseason goes, man, we might have quite a few places we got to fill. But I'm always I believe in the trenches, can't ever go wrong with getting offensive linemen, man. Or defensive linemen. What's up, Amazement? Yeah, everybody was giving me a hard time that it was too dark in here. They said it was like my mom's basement or something. Yeah, fans aren't happy with David Carr, that's for sure. I think it is, Kate. It's called the risk homeostasis. It's what it's called. You make things safe for people, and they'll actually become more riskier. They will put more risk in the safer they do. So that's how I feel. That's why we have all these dynamic running quarterbacks, is because they feel, they're being protected. So. I need to turn my lights on. I don't have my LEDs on and everything. I just looked back there. Yeah. The thing I hate about it, Amazement, is I have to clean my office before I do the live stream. That's the real reason why I did the black. And also because I wanted y'all to focus on my gorgeous face, too. So. My handsomeness. Goody's gone with Canales? Did that just break? He's poaching us, man. Did that just break, Molly? Man. Bobby Slowick has agreed to a new deal to keep him in Houston, their offensive coordinator. Joe Gilbert's gone too? Oh my gosh. Guys, he's poaching our team. Wow. Well, Goodwin, I'm actually kind of happy he's gone. Joe Gilbert and Goodwin. Well, our offensive line's going to be completely different next year. That's a good thing, I guess. Wow. Man, I think that's going to just be the start. Wow. Those are Bruce Arians guys, too. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. Honestly, I'll be happy if we have a 2-win season next year and both of them are us stomping the Panthers. Chop Robinson again. Man, I hope Light doesn't try to get cute with this draft, man. We got to be serious. Craig said, I'm glad your mom bought you better lights for your basement. That's funny. It does sound totally par for the course of like, yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go. Molly's like, yes. Oh, wait. Hey, Molly, Rampage, Heather's graduating in September, so they were going to do a game in September, and I was like, oh, man, Molly is going to get mad because she likes the later games when it's not so hot. So Rampage said she doesn't care about graduation. It would give us more time to say it so we could see the schedule and pick. So we need to all get together and try to figure it out. Oh, like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. There's something, Kate, though. It just doesn't make any sense that they're focusing on. But then again, I'm a big believer in what you focus on becomes reality. So if you say, don't think of a polar bear, guess what you're going to think of? You're going to think of a polar bear. And so when you say we're focusing on player safety, then people are going to start getting hurt more. And when we say we're going to focus on protecting the quarterback, then that means we're focusing on the quarterback getting hurt. So quarterback's going to we're thinking about injuries. You like Goody Rampage? Well, you don't like him now. He's a Panther. I know, he's got to go through another offensive coordinator again. Amazement, this is going to be his 8th quarterback or offensive coordinator in 7 years or 9th in 8 years or something. It's got to suck, man. I mean, but one thing you got to say is that Baker must be pretty dang smart to learn all those different playbooks. I like Sean Tucker. Yeah, no one likes Bowles. We're not going to win the division now. Man. That's a good point, Amazement. If the Bucs can win division next season after all this, that is going to be impressive. What's up, UK? I know, yeah. That's what we're talking about. Got Goodwin and who else? So we've lost 3 so far. And 2 of them were Arians guys. Joe Gilbert is gone to Carolina. And Goodwin. Goody. We're getting poached, man. Oh, YouTube's telling me we got ads coming up in 20 seconds. If you get an ad, let me know. That's interesting. I never look at this page. I've always got my stuff going on, so I never look at the actual YouTube stats page. But yeah, I mean, these are Arians guys. These are guys that have been with Bowles since 2019. Flocking. Well, Molly, you better start sweet talking Rampage and Heather to do a late year game. This guy. Do they? They just don't have any faith in the Bucs picking appropriately, do they, in the draft? Man, I don't know. Maybe Bowles will pull something out of his butt again this year and get a. I am so angry at Dave Canales. I got on here, I was mad at Dave Canales, and every time I think about it, I get angry and angry at him. Now it's like jumped up 3 notches, and he's poaching us. He's going to try to get Mike Evans. I guarantee you. You think they should think about injuries more? Yeah, we got that first place schedule again. We had to fight through that this year. Oh, we're going to play the Lions again, the Niners again, Cowboys. Ugh. Yeah, and you look at like the Tom Brady's and all that, and those guys got plummeted. They were getting destroyed back before the whole quarterback safety thing. And Tom Brady, he ended up missing a year because of a knee injury, but he took shots. He knew how to protect himself, man. Alex Van Pelt's our only hope. It makes sense. Did we fire him previously? Yeah. Because if we did fire, y'all know how I feel about hiring coaches or players that you've fired before. Not a fan of it. Van Pelt was hired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a quarterback's coach on February 1st, 2010. When Buccaneers head coach Raheem Morris was fired on January 2nd, 2012, the whole staff was let go as well. Oh, dear. It makes sense, though, because he's the only offensive coordinator Mayfield has had for more than a season. Gilbert was offensive line coach. Okay, cool, Rampage. If we're lucky, he'll take our strength and conditioning staff with. I've been complaining about them for a decade, but there's something there. I don't know. I don't think it's the actual coaches because we've gone through a number of different coaches and it just nothing ever seems to get better. You want Carolina week 1 next year, Joe? Oh, you've had 4 this stream? I've got it set for what they call conservative for any number of reasons because it just fits me. But it's supposed to be like the lowest ad setting, the fewest ads. Bowles is not the savior. Yeah. Yeah, we lost both our O-line coaches, our wide receiver coach. And it's just starting, too, man. It's just starting. What players are going to flock over there? Well, Prince, what's up, Lawrence? You missed us being angry for the past hour. The Tepper is just, I call him temper tantrum Tepper because he just, he'll fire people quick. I don't know if there's job security over there or not. Don't know. Payback for firing left. Yeah. They gave him a 6-year deal. We got numbers on it yet? Oh, see, I would love to have Kingsbury. Big time. I think he went back to college, didn't he? No, he's still in the Caribbean enjoying his Instagram model girlfriend, right? They're talking about getting him for the Eagles, though. Oh, yeah. See, he joined USC's football coaching staff as an advisor last year, if I remember. Oh, wait. His girlfriend gave an update. Oh, that was last year. Veronica Bilik from Thailand. They were in Thailand. Brunel, yeah. I liked that Brunel. I think that would have been interesting as well. %, we signed Evans and Baker. It wouldn't surprise me if the Panthers go all out to sign Mike Evans. That's going to get us in a huge bidding war with them. I agree with you, MH. Don't bring back a guy you fired. Like, don't ever hook up with a girl you broke up with. He got Freeman at 10-6 too, yeah. Man, I'll tell you that year, what was that, 2010? What a glorious year. I thought we had our franchise quarterback finally. I thought Freeman was going to be it. And we had a monster team. That was a monster team. Looking back on it now, you say those names and tell people those were all on the same team, and they're like, how did you not win a Super Bowl? And then it just blew up the next year. Still don't know what happened there. Still researching that. That Kate, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they kept their job for the past few years to begin with. O-line coaches. Maybe that was Bowles' clever move. Get him to go to his enemy. That's hilarious. Take the running backs coach with you too. That's funny. Tepper's got so much money though, man. He's like the richest owner. He's got like $60 billion. He could pay 10 head coaches. He don't care. Trade Godwin to the Panthers? Man, I don't know. Hey, Lane Kiffin, that would be great. That'd be great. Who was all on the 2010 Bucks? Oh, man. LeGarrette Blount, Michael Bennett, Aqib Talib, Tenard Jackson. Let me pull up the list. It was an incredible team, but they imploded in 2011 on that trip to the Chicago game in London. Something happened on the plane. We had Mike Williams. Our offensive line was Donald Penn, Ted Larson, Jeremy Zuda, Devin Joseph, and Jeremy Trueblood. We had Kellen Winslow at tight end, which, barring his off-the-field stuff, he was pretty good tight end. Cadillac Williams, LeGarrette Blount, Aurelius Ben. Y'all remember the bend-arounds? Michael Spurlock. We had Gerald McCoy, Styles G. White, Quincy Black, Geno Hayes, Aqib Talib, Cody Grimm, Rondé Barber, E.J. Biggers, remember him? Dakota Watson, Michael Bennett, Connor Barth. That was our kicker. DeMar Dotson. He wasn't a starter, though. That was a great offensive line, too. All of them went on to have good careers elsewhere. Donald Penn, Ted Larson, Jeremy Zuda, Davin Joseph, Jeremy Trueblood. I think Trueblood might have been a little. Ernest Graham, fullback. Eric Lorig, the Viking. Yeah, that was a good. Bucks were loaded, man. And then we had to clean house because it was just rotten to the core. Yeah, he totally lost the team. That 2011 season was the worst football I've ever seen. That second half where we went, we go 11 straight without winning. The team quit. I've never seen a team quit on a coach like that. They wouldn't tackle. There was a few guys, Rondé Barber, Blunt, Freeman. They were still trying to play hard, but they didn't have no help. And guys were just not tackling at all. They weren't running routes. So something happened on that plane. Tight end from the Colts. Who was that? I'm trying to think of who it was. Was it Luke Stocker? I thought we drafted him. You saw him and Dwight Smith in the club? Yeah, apparently neither could Raheem Morris or LeGarrette Blount. LeGarrette Blount's still clubbing it up. I follow him on Instagram. He likes the the gentlemen's clubs. That's what they call them. You might be thinking of Kellen Winslow. He was a pretty big name tight end, right? Adrian Claiborne. I think we got him 2011. He was one. I really liked him, and then he had that like neck injury thing, and then he went to the Atlanta Falcons and was killing it with sacks. Luke Stocker, yeah, I liked him, man. Lane Kiffin celebrating sobriety. What is that you're talking about? Yeah, there was all kinds of rumors about them. Freeman supposedly was really big into cocaine. What was it? Aqib Talib and Denard Jackson. Or Tanard Jackson. They both got popped in the league for doing drugs. Both of them suspended. Of course, they both said it was Adderall because you can do that. Yeah, the team was. That's why they had to hire Shiano because he was strict. He came in and just cleaned house. Oh, that was so sad, too. I was so sad about LeGarrette Blount. I was so excited about him, man. When we got rid of him, I almost followed him. I was like, I ain't going to follow the Buccaneers anymore, man. Claiborne over Cam Jordan. Talib, man. Apparently, he's like really super smart, and he reads a lot, and he doesn't read like science fiction or fiction books. He reads like philosophy and books like that. He's supposedly very knowledgeable about classics and stuff. Lane Kiffin celebrating sobriety. Did you see a headline on that or what? Oh, yeah. Lane Kiffin celebrates 3 years alcohol-free on social media. Okay. Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, those Raheem Morris years were rough on everybody. I had no idea. Oh, he crashed a car into a tree one night at Tennessee, then walked home. Never had to take a sobriety test. Police never interviewed him. Man, this is back in 2015 when they were talking about Lane Kiffin's drinking. He had a scrape on his forehead at the Sun Bowl, which he went to great lengths to conceal, including having a female staffer apply makeup to his forehead. Many within the program said Kiffin suffered the scrape when he fell at the hotel after drinking. He's gotten into drunken fights, slurred speeches at press interviews, bar tabs in the thousands. That's funny. All right, definitely want to get Lane Kiffin, man. That's like my type of guy. Oh my God. I know. Yeah. Went to New England Patriots and won a Super Bowl. Almost all those guys that I mentioned won a Super Bowl. Michael Bennett won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks as a beast. Aqib Talib, he won like 2 Super Bowls. I think one with Denver, one with the Patriots. Probably some other ones there too. Those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Sports Illustrated, yeah, so I was just reading. Lane Kiffin celebrates 3 years alcohol-free. I bet he's a grumpy dude, man. I love LeGarrette Blount, man. He was just great. Marquis Cooper. Mainly played special teams, yeah. I vaguely remember the name. Oh, Dallas Clark. Yeah. Forgot about him. Yeah, I mean, if you could coach drunk, I've got a friend of mine who drinks quite a bit. He's what we call a functional alcoholic. And he is, and this is no exaggeration, better at everything when he's drinking than when he's not. It's the craziest thing. I mean, it's almost like he was born to drink. Center for Oregon. Who is that? Oh, that Thriller photo shoot? Yeah. My daughter loves Michael Jackson, and I showed her that picture. She was like, oh, it's so cool. I was like, yeah. That guy was a jerk. Freeman was a real piece of work, man. Y'all remember when he went to Minnesota after we got rid of him and he played in that Thursday night game after being there for like 3 days? Oh, what a disaster, man. Poor guy. I didn't feel bad for him, though. He really screwed us over. Devin White is the top inside linebacker in free agency. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get that much money. I really don't. We need to re-sign White? I don't think so. Devin White sucks. Something happened with him, man. You know, his dad died last year in prison. That was a weird story, and I wish there was more information out about it. His dad got arrested by the federal the FBI, and he was in a federal holding facility and being transferred and died. It was all kind of weird. And him and his dad were really close. There's all kinds of pictures of them on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff. He didn't grow up with his dad, but they were close. His dad was in his life the whole time. But, and then when his dad died, it was last year during season, and Devin White played really badly. I pointed it out if you go back and look at the All-22 film I did. It's for about 4 games. And I didn't know his father had died. And really, ever since then, he just hasn't really stepped up. So maybe he didn't like the way the BUCS treated him or something during that time. Don't know. BUCS bringing Devin White back for Doug. The BUCS are not going to pay Mayfield or Winfield or Tristan Wirfs or Mike Evans, but they're going to bring back Devin White. Yeah, he's been hurt too. Yeah. That's what I thought last year during that streak. I was like, man, he must really be hurt or something, because he was like avoiding contact. He looked like he did not want to be out there. Okay, I got tore up this week. Went up to Virginia to see my buddy, and we hung out in his garage, drank some bourbon, some old fashions, and beer. It's normally what we do when we get together. Yeah, Josh Freeman had it, but he cocaine's a hell of a drug. Ruined him, man. Yeah, there's no way we're bringing Devin White back. There's no way. No way. Linebacker we had before him lost his brother. That's right. Who was that? Molly probably remembers. Once you get the ring, it's all about the money. So you think it was the but Todd Bowles made a reference to that, and I felt like he was talking about Devin White at one point when he said that some of these guys think that when you get a ring, you don't have to do anything else. He said something along the line about the winning the Super Bowl went to their heads or something. What did we get? 2000. Nope. Although I didn't like KJ Brick getting whooped twice for big yardage and coverage against the Detroit Lions. But it's not like Devin White would have done any better. Was it Kendall Beckwith? Or Glanton? Quan? It was Quan Alexander? If he... MH, I think it was when he said at the end of last year that he wanted to be traded. Fans don't like that crap. That's what I saw. And it's funny because I haven't seen a single Bucs fan say they want Devin White back. Everybody's either ambivalent or they want him gone. Yeah, that's how it works, Kate. They leave the Bucs and they go win a Super Bowl somewhere else. We'll get 1 million sacks, yeah. Yeah, if you could just blitz him all the time, do all right. Quan 2.0. Yeah, he's got a lot of similar attributes, but I would say Tryon Sharenka is more of a Quan 2.0. He's constantly overshooting the tackles. You want Devin back, Craig? MH? Both of y'all want Devin back. See, y'all had to just go and ruin it for me. Jared Johnson removed his name from potential offensive coordinator just with us or with everybody? Is he going to stay back at Houston? Because their offensive coordinator is staying, right? Oh, yeah, Beckwith. Oh, Molly loved Beckwith. She was so sad when he got hurt. Yeah, that car injury, man, never the same. Did he ever play again? I know we had him on contract for like 2 years, and it seemed like he never could get on the field. Craig. Okay, I got you. That's funny. Just so we can cut him. It's hilarious. A luxury linebacker. That's funny. I'm going to start using that. Devin White is a luxury linebacker. Champagne linebacker. Yeah, he could definitely be one of the greatest. Something happened, man. Something happened with him. Draft a center. I will never be upset about drafting offensive lineman, man. Yeah, we can't afford White. He's wanting a $100 million contract. I don't think he's going to get one from anybody, but there's always some dumb team out there. He's playing at a backup level now, yeah. Oh, man. Tryon Sharenka last year aggravated me so much. He'd get in the backfield and just totally whiff on the quarterback. That must have happened 10 times. No, probably more than that. $4 or $5 million deal? There's no way he would do that, Rampage. Yeah, Molly liked Beckwith. Was that autocorrect there, Rampage? Because It made sense when I read it. I was like, yeah, price it deal. That's pretty cool. Prove it. Prove it deal, Ralph. Okay, so the news of the day. Bob Idzik, the wide receiver coach of the Buccaneers, has gone to the Panthers to be their offensive coordinator. Sources say that he is not going to call plays, though, and Dave Canales is going to continue to call plays. See, this weekend, the Kansas City Swifties beat the Ravens 17-10. I was irrationally angry about that because I realized that I really can't stand the Kansas City Chiefs. Didn't know that before. I realized it after the Ravens lost. Travis Kelce has never gotten up on stage at a Taylor Swift concert and kissed her, although she did get on the field and kiss him after the game. The Lions lost to the 49ers 31-34 in what I consider a complete meltdown in coaching by Dan Campbell in the second half. Don't know what happened there. Harold Goodwin and who was it? Joe Gilbert, offensive line coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, have also gone to the Carolina Panthers to rejoin Dave Canales. The Bucs have interviewed for offensive coordinator so far. They've interviewed Jared Johnson from the Houston Texans quarterbacks coach, Alex Van Pelt, former Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator, and the only offensive coordinator Baker Mayfield has had for more than one season. Brian Johnson, former Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator, who I think would absolutely be horrible here. And Anton Randall L. from the Detroit Lions, their wide receivers coach. And scheduled to be interviewed is Tanner Engstrand, Detroit Lions pass game coordinator, and Jake Peeps, Rams passing game coordinator. He's scheduled for Thursday interview. Baker Mayfield and Tristan Wirfs are replacing Dak Prescott and Trent Williams in the Pro Bowl, and Mike Evans is not going to play in the Pro Bowl due to injury. So there we go. I'm not sure if he ever played again, Molly. You need to look that up. Yeah, everyone's jumping ship. And like I said, Rampage, those are Bruce Arians guys. So Bruce Arians' contract is up this year. I think we might see a lot of guys jump ship, man. Of the ones that we've interviewed, no, I do not. Antoine Randall L. is kind of interesting. Alex Van Pelt makes sense, but then again, you've got the whole we fired him once, so it's not good to rehire. Lots of Rams and Lions, yeah. And I think Rampage was saying that Jared Johnson, the Houston Texans quarterbacks coach, has withdrawn from the offensive coordinator position, so he's probably going to stay in Houston. No, I don't have. I definitely don't want Brian Johnson, the Eagles' offensive coordinator. Definitely don't want him. The rest of them are just position coaches. So, you can't really, you have nothing to, I'd like Lane Kiffin. Especially if we could get him in a position to be head coach after Bowles. Bowles had a soggy bottom. He's a soggy bottom coach. Soggy bottom boys. I'm a man of constant sorrow. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I don't know. Bowles just doesn't seem to inspire a lot of confidence or energy. Randall L was a wide receiver coach with us before. Man, that's true. I don't want him back either. All right, I'm getting hungry. I got to get off here. Yep, he was 2019. But that's right. That's right. He left, and he was part of the Super Bowl thing. Yeah, he was hired by the Detroit Lions as new wide receivers coach. So bringing him back as offensive coach, offensive coordinator might be pretty cool. Bruce Arians is guy. But is Bruce Arians going to be here? I don't know. He was an offensive assistant. I like what he did in Detroit, though, man. They got some receivers out there, and they do that yards after the catch, which is something we sorely need. What's up, Mr. Bundy? Damn, I'm just getting ready to get off. Yeah, 100% Rampage. Was that you that said that last week, pointing out how you don't have a defensive coach because your offensive coordinator gets poached every 2 years? I don't know why they're not looking at Cliff Kingsbury. Apparently the only team that's looking at him is the Eagles right now. I'd love Cliff Kingsbury. Oh, he's great. I'd snatch him in a heartbeat. Oh, man. That sucks, Craig. That's the worst. Get all excited about working with a guy, and then they peace out. Yeah, I got to go eat me some pot roast, Al. I love you and everything, brother, but I got to eat. What happened at Texas Tech, UK, between Kingsbury and Baker? Al's drunk. We know you don't drink. I was just joking. That makes sense, David. I mean, that was a good point. Whoever brought that up in chat, that was Rampage? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, 100%. You know, defensive coaches have to expect to lose their offensive coordinators every other year if they're lucky. The Raiders are looking at Cliff and Chip Kelly? No way. That would make sense. The pot roast live feed. I eat like an animal. I get food all in my beard. Dogs love me for that. And babies, too. I do not eat like a civilized person. Oh, they were just rivals? Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not a college. I don't know. I guess Oklahoma and Texas Tech have a big rivalry. Yeah, I like Cliff Kingsbury. He's one of the few coaches that I've loved to watch their All-22 because he just really does a lot of interesting stuff, man. He got upset at the play call and asked for a transfer. Wow, I didn't know that. Wouldn't that be something? So I guess he's out of the picture. Alex Van Pelt seems to make the most sense so far. But, like I said, we fired him before, so. No pot roast for Canales. All right, guys. I got to get off of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out, man. Y'all made me feel better. Like I said, I'm just angry. I'm angry at Canales. I'm angry at the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. I didn't know I disliked the Chiefs until they beat the Ravens, and I just got angry. Me and Al were talking about it on YouTube. I had to message him. I was like, I am irrationally angry. I don't know why. Yeah, Lane Kiffin, definitely. If he would come up, that'd be great. But would he come up for a coordinator position? I don't know. Yeah, go watch that, UK, and let us know on the next live stream. That'd be good info to have. Craig, you too, brother. Everybody, I appreciate you guys. Rampage, have a good one. We'll get back with you on the Twitters about the trip. Start coordinating and all that good stuff. But I got to go eat. My stomach's growling. Anyhow, y'all be cool and have a blessed tomorrow and evening. And we'll see you next time. Until then, go Bucks. And I hit the wrong button.